You go to college, should you go to university, should you waste your money on a course? Now, this really depends on what course you want to do. Like, comment below what course you're trying to do. But I feel like when it comes to a course like a lawyer or doctor or something like that that actually requires education, if you want to become a teacher, then you can go to college and really study college. But if you're doing something like a sociology degree or something like a music degree, art degree, these kind of degrees are not as popular and not as actual good for your beneficial gain. For example, I've got a lot of friends who are actually on Grime Daily, on Link Up TV, and actually do rapping and get millions of views, and actually have never been to a university in their life, and are actually doing really cool numbers on YouTube by making music videos in UK and London, and actually making music videos. And shout out to my friends who are actually in the music industry. But when it comes to actually, going to college or university and spending 4 years on a music course, I feel like it's not really a really good value for your time. And I feel like in the UK, if you're doing something like being a lawyer, which you need a degree, then go for it. If you want to be something like an actual doctor, where you need the medical studies and you need to study for 6 years, and I really shout out to all the people who do medicine. Like, I love that. It's really good doctors and stuff like that. But if you're trying to do something like you want to be a welder or plumber or electrician, electricians make 120k a year salary, starting salary on electricians for houses and buildings, which no one really talks about. But this is what I'm trying to say, that it really depends on what you want to actually do in your life. If you want to do a skill, like an actual labor skill, like, even doing bricklaying for housing is always in high demand, and you make a lot of money on it. Same with welding, same with plumbing, same with fixing wiring, for wiring for like tall buildings and electrical wires and 5G towers and these kinds of things can actually make you a lot of money. And people don't actually know about that you don't need to go to university for that. But if you want to be something like a lawyer, there's something that's actually qualified, and you want to actually study law, then I'd say go for it. So it really depends on your course. But I feel like a lot of people, especially in the UK, like, we leave school when we're 16. And that's a young age, and in Europe it's a very big pressure to, once you leave school, you got to go university or you got to study something. But studying something that you're not actually happy with and it's not actually going to fit your financial goal is a waste of time. And I feel like if you have the skills or the network to actually go out and actually accomplish things, same with photography. They actually have a photography course at university, which I feel like is a complete waste of time, when anybody could buy a camera and actually become a film director, or actually go and do photography full time, or actually work at museums and actually publish things. And you don't really need that. And even for me, I've worked in Germany when I was 18. I worked in Germany for 3 months, and I actually worked at a TV company, and most of the people at the TV company had never actually studied in TV, or actually never studied in film, and actually are there, making flyers for, airports. When you leave an airport and they've got those flyers to show you like fun things to do in the country or travel advice, they actually make the photos for that. So like, actually for travelers, for, tourists when they want to go to Berlin. And this is my point, is that most of the people that I worked with have actually never studied for that course, and actually just bought cameras and just wanted to take photos and have a passion for it. And I think that that's the thing, is it really depends on what you want to do in your life. If you want to go and have a career which requires a university degree, then I'd say go for it. But if you're doing something like a filmmaker, or you're doing something like a painter, or you want to work in museums, or you want to work at art galleries, or you have a skill like singing or dancing, or you have these kind of skills, going and studying music for 5 years, whilst you're in a course studying music, there's someone uploading beats onto YouTube. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, whilst you're studying the course, there's someone who's actually just rapping in a garage and uploading those videos to YouTube, and he could blow. You know what I mean? And that's my point, is that it really depends on what you actually want to do specifically. And I think that now, in the world of technology, in the world of online, people are going viral for making songs on TikTok. People are going viral for making dancing clips. People are going viral for their artwork or their passion project, or they're a personal trainer, they've done their own personal trainer brand, and actually giving out they're selling courses on their workout routines and supplements and these kinds of things. So I think that you got to look at it like, what is it that you want in your life, and actually spend some time by yourself to think about what kind of career would you do and what kind of career would you enjoy. And you really got to look at that, of what will your outcome be, not just doing the course to get the degree. And yeah, I've done the course and I got the degree, when most people who get degrees don't actually get the job. And that's crazy. And that's the thing, is that like, there's more and more degrees being made every single year. Universities are pumping out more and more courses because they need the money and they want people to join. It's a business. So the more people that can join their course means the more degrees. But by having more degrees, the actual value of the degree goes down. It's inflation. The more people have something, the less value it is. If everyone had diamonds, diamonds wouldn't be valuable. But because less people have diamonds, That's what makes it valuable. So you got to really look at that and look at, like, is it valuable to you? You got to look at the inflation of degrees, because there's double inflation each year. They're making more and more courses, and more people are getting degrees, which means employers are looking at other skills now. So, look at that and look at, is this what you want? Will this help you? And look at your specific situation. Do you want to be in debt? Do you want to be owing government lots and lots of money to study? So please look at those things. But yeah, this is just a video on, is college really worth it? Is university worth it? Look at your own specific individual situation and actually just think before applying to something so that you'll be in debt. Anyways, my name's Krish, and I really hope you enjoyed this one.